garden's looking gorgeous today in this spring weather. We have special lovers' benches. Blondes in short skirts get half price at the garden. Tired old blondes in winter wear have to pay full price. His name is Ladivia Dingbat. It's pointed out the glimpse to the city. Thank you, Lasivia. I think this blonde in a short skirt has just kidnapped somebody's baby and she's taking it to the amenities centre. Nothing like the sparkling Sydney Harbour. A glimpse of the legendary Sydney Opera House. Happy families and a Saturday picnic outing. Sydney is a very egalitarian society and great views can be had by all. Even nerds and university students. Outdoor sex is encouraged in Australia. There are no Sharia police. Most Australian women tan their bottoms in the winter. Australians spend a lot of time doing nothing in the sun. The garden designers were careful to preserve the outcrops of Hawkesbury sandstone, one of Sydney's great features. This homeless person is lost. She can't find where she's left her bags in the garden. In Equal Opportunity Australia, there are many exhibitions devoted to pedophilia. This week it's the Paediatrics Paedophilia Conference, and the gardens are dotted with many wonderful paediatric pedophilic statues, all in the shadow of this magnificent piece of modern architecture called the Outdoor Heater. Boy extracting thorn is the theme of this erotic artwork. This woman is wearing the Australian national winter dress. The gardens are home to some incredible Australian fauna, including this golden-crested white cockatoo which has made a nest in this old gum tree. What sort of gum is it, Liz?
It's a lemon-scented gum.
It's a lemon-scented gum. This cockatoo is playing cockatoo while his mate is making her nest in the lemon-scented gum trunk below. Australia is the world's leading country in racket sports. Another amazing view of our Harbour Bridge and Opera House. Homeless women lurk in the park trying to pick up Asian tourists, cashed up Asian high rollers. Make your move now, Liz. This is an ancient Korean rutting ritual called ignoring the blonde. Mums and dads always bring their baby tots to the botanical garden. This statue commemorates the pensive maiden of Lady Macquarie when she was looking down on a naked Aboriginal from an Elizabeth Bay penthouse. This is one of the great walks in the botanical gardens towards the duck pond. There are many beautiful kiosks in the garden, all in the colonial Australian architectural tradition. The papyruses seem to have died in the papyrus garden, which leads to the lovely bamboo section. This section inspired my first forays into tropical gardening at the Bali Hyatt in 1979. God knows why these ibis are up in the tree, preening themselves after a lunch of leftover chips. In the middle of the park there is a fabulous restaurant Used to be run by Arthur Carvin and Stephen Little. One of the prettiest views in the botanical gardens is to be had from the kiosk. So all the outdoor diners can enjoy the pretty view. Lisa, I challenge you to reconsider the vexing business of aging gracefully.
I don't know what to say.
In Australia, you get a free Jurassic fern tree with every purchase of 2 sausage rolls or above. The garden is dotted with beautiful little verandas for people to pen postcards, read in the winter sun. This extension has just been completed with a rather arty wheelbarrow display with bromeliads, Brazilian bromeliads. What a fabulous window display of palm leaves. The start of the beautiful palm section, and we're walking towards the Palm House, an old Victorian structure where Peter Kingston once had an exhibition. I think Bruce Gould had his Waratah exhibition during the Sydney Olympics, 2002. Love these kaffir lilies. Actually politically incorrect to call them kaffir lilies now, I forget their real name. The timber slat school of tropical architecture was influenced by the fern houses of tropical Australia. So we'll have a look at this fern house. Miss Coots there for scale, dwarfed by these giant hanging baskets. She loves to turn in that Maggie Tabra way. Some Victorian era fern inspired garden furniture. Wonderful hanging baskets of epiphytes. Epiphytes being plants that just live off the moisture in the air and not actually parasitical in nature. And these Dixonias from Tasmania and New Zealand. Malaysian tree ferns. Wonderful collection here. Love that Portuguese red background on that fence. It's very English, Scandinavian. Very pretty white rhododendron. Really elegant fern house. Education and scholarship are at the forefront of the Sydney Botanical Garden programs. I love this new camellia garden. Here's the half-dead Camellia yunnan-ensis that the scholar brought back from South China, next to some very pretty little jonquil things. Look at the little Ophiopogon japanicus. What are these little white things?
Oh, that's primula.
Primula. Lovely old Georgian building in the city beyond. Oh, look at this sweet smelling Daphne. Now added these intermediary parts. Another wonderful park breakout zone. There's a special exhibition on flora, the art and science of the plant. How arty. Beautiful watercolours of predominantly Australian flora. The Gaimea lily. So I found the right name. I remembered it's called the Clivia minimiata or kaffir lily. Bat flower. What a wonderful Banksia. It's all inspired, whoever it was, as Banksia men. Who was the artist of the Banksia men? May Gibbs. We should go to the May Gibbs Museum one day. Peter Kingston maintains the gardens. Point at it again. That's what Miss Liz has found. The Banksia Australiana. And there's a whole corner of black boys. It's like Calego Bar in Seminyak. It's this old farm section. Plants picked up along the way from England to Australia. celebrated in this little garden. This has discovered this magnificent dendrobium in a Port Jackson fig, also known as the rusty fig. I never knew there was a Swedish naturalist who accompanied Joseph Banks and Captain Cook on the Endeavour. I love this colonial entrance with its very English pots. We are now approaching the entrance to the famed succulent garden. This is Jamie Jury's rusty sculpture wall on an island in the middle of the fabulous succulent garden. One of the best in the southern hemisphere, if not the world. The other great succulent garden section is in the Huntington Garden in Pasadena. My spirited guide has found a message on a cactus leaf. What does it say, Les?
Aji, Indonesia.
Oh, doesn't say Ali loves Min. Heavens, Aji's left his signature here. Now this is an undetermined species, but this is a very determined species. This plant is the star of today's tour. This flowering agave really is the star of the botanical garden today. There's another one over here, hiding in the corner. I love this agave section. Some magnificent things. It's like a coral sea garden above ground. So we leave the succulent garden. We discover some collector's items over here. Many species of plant are now rare, even extinct. The gardens, which were once within the grounds of Government House, contain many quaint late Georgian and early Victorian buildings. The Lion Gate and the Lion Gate Lodge, once the home of the garden's gatekeeper. Lions Gate Lodge's pretty Victorian garden. This is a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, starring the cast of Big Brother and white cockatoos. Australian men import mail order brides and then take them to the botanical garden for a ritual known as cockatooing. This Japanese woman has just been savaged by a stud male cockatoo. She tried to feed it a stale dim sum and it went for a nose. This is the Australian butso vendor. These people haven't paid for their butso and have been taken off to the immigration jail in the middle of the desert. Most of them are Afghanis. This is the fate that... Look, they're heading off towards the harbour where these dull bludgers will be thrown into the Sydney harbour.